Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year. Want to wish everybody a good 2021. 2020 was a little rough for everybody in the entire world. So, let's just have some optimism for this year right here. Wanted to take a look at Bitcoin. We haven't taken a look at cryptos or stocks on this page in close to a year. I think the last video I made was about 10 months ago, when Bitcoin was around $7,000. And as you see, Bitcoin is currently at 34,300. So I just wanted to, give y'all my input on what's going on in the markets right now and what's going on and what's going to happen, in the future. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get going. So let's actually start back to when we last made a video. Last time we made a video, we were over here at this price. We were over here about $7,400, about November 2019. We were looking at a particular pattern at that time, and that pattern was just a simple triangle. Now, that triangle is associated with a long decrease before that triangle starts, and it's technically a bat pattern. So, I just draw it out right now. This triangle right here, from the top of 20,000, decline all the way to $3,000, starts to form this triangle, and we should expect us to retrace back up to all-time highs at some point. And sure enough, we did that a couple weeks ago. So since then, we've increased approximately, since all-time highs, we've gone up approximately 70%, 60%. So that amount doesn't necessarily matter with what I'm about to say, but that's a very good increase from just the all-time highs. So if we were to take the increase from 7,000 when I last made the video, you'll see that we're up technically right now 350% off your money. So if you'd have threw in, just say $1,000, you'll be walking away with $3,500 on top of that $1,000. So this is what I'm looking at right now, and I'm going to assess, where we're headed. So if we go back to the last market cycle, Bitcoin was the all-time high was in 2013. It was at around $1,100. So just picture the market cycle we're in now and try to compare it to the last market cycle. So Bitcoin was at $1,100. It declined all the way down to a certain level, which was around $160, $200. Just say $200 to make it easy. Then we had a double bottom, and then we started to ascend up again. And as you see, this pattern was technically acting like the triangle pattern that we had, that we're forming today. So what I want to pay attention to really is right before or right after we hit all-time highs. So as we're entering, as we're about to hit all-time highs, we start to see these little dips. So right over here, we had a decline of around 31%. We went from price of $785, 790, and came all the way down to about 550. 30% decrease. The next decrease that we had is a 35% decrease. Went from, as soon as we got above the all-time highs, the price came crashing down 35%, $1,100, all the way down to 730. The very next decline that we see right at the all-time highs was a 33% decline. We went from about $1,300 and came all the way down to $888. Right at the all-time high, which is this white line right here, which I'm gonna actually change the color now. I'm gonna change the yellow to make things easier. So the all-time high is $1,100 at that point. Now at this level, you see we went up above the all-time high, the yellow line, and it came crashing down below it. Before we were held at support right here on this purple line, which is the 21 EMA. And this purple line is very, very strong. So if you ever see, Bitcoin rising all crazy, you never know where to rebuy at, you rebuy on this purple line. You rebuy every single time on the purple line. Purple. And even when you're under it, just know that just means that we're undervalued, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to continue to go down. We could, but it doesn't necessarily mean that all the time. So we're going to come back to 2020 and 2021 because that was the times that Bitcoin was entering its all-time high. So once again, Bitcoin was $20,000 back in 2017. We had a decline all the way down to about $3,000. Then that's when we had a higher low around here, which is why I just simply drew a triangle to make things a little bit easier. And then around this 3,000 to 6,000 level, we should know that we're going to go up to all-time highs disregarding time. So I have no date, but at the same time, we do have a target. So from the bottom, even if you bought it, even just say if you caught the very low and you held it from $3,000 all the way up to, I'm sorry, this one right here was 4,000. So if we go all the way from 4,000 to current prices of $34,000, we see that that's a 700% increase. Like, where are you going to find that on your money, any other market? So yeah, that's 700%. So to put in perspective, if you were to put in, just say $100, you're going to walk away with $700 on top of your $100. And or if you threw in $1,000, if you threw in $1,000, you're going to walk away with $7,000. That's how percents work. That's why I always, pay attention to percentages. Let's look at what was happening right before the all-time highs. Just like we took a look at, all-time highs back in 2017. Just like we had this decline, I guess we could have took this measurement right here back in 2016 when Bitcoin was at 789. I'll do that real quick. So Bitcoin came down all the way about 30%, 29-30%. So we're looking for about 30 to 35% declines in 2020 to 2021. So that should be our first decline that we're looking for. So let's look at the declines that we had already and see if we see any confluence. Back in August 17th of 2020, Bitcoin was around 12,500. So if we take a measurement all the way down, we see that Bitcoin only came down to 20%. 20% decline. And then the only other red after that would be around here. And we're far above, I'm sorry, we're not even at the all-time high. We were approaching the all-time highs right here. So let me actually go on a different time frame so that y'all can see it a little bit more easier. The decline that I'm talking about is right here. So let's see what this decline was. I'm sorry, not right there. Wait, let me zoom back out. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I lost that candle. If we take this decline from here to here, it's a 15% decline. So maybe we didn't, get that 30% decline that we're looking for. Interesting. Okay. So I wanted to take a Fibonacci extension to let y'all know, how I got this $34,000 target, and also, what's coming up next. So, since we didn't have a decline yet, I guess we could take a 30% decline from here, and that gives you a 30% decline that gives you a target of $24,000. So, yeah, if we start to decline at this $34,000 level, we should come back down to around $24,000. So just keep that in mind. Now I'm gonna go into how we got that $34,000 target and all that. So over here we have technically a cup and handle forming. So I'll draw this out for you, and I'm about to erase certain things real quick. Erase this. Delete. All right. So this line right here that I have at the all-time highs is also a cup and handle pattern that was forming. So if we take this measured move of 296% and add that to this breakout, you see we're only at 149%, and 296% will put us around a target of close to $60,000, about $53,000. So if we keep going from here, we could hit a potential target of 54,000, and that's real. But just keep in mind that, you know, we could decline about 30% based off of history. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing, y'all. There's other ways that we've gotten, you know, certain targets, like this triangle right here, an ascending triangle. So if you take this decline and measure it from here, this would be a 33% increase, and you add that 33% increase to the breakout. So from here, 33% is right here, $31,000, and we've extended out to the 1.618 target of 34,000. Now, I'm going to take a Fibonacci retracement from the last high, and then we're going to look at the 1.618 level. So there we go. 1.618 was telling us that Bitcoin was going to get up to 30,000. And if we take another Fibonacci retracement, we can see that I'm sorry, that's backwards. From top to bottom, we can see that the next target, not the very, very, very next target, but we have a potential to hit $128,000. And that actually looks confluent with, you know, the markets and the chart. Not saying that we can, you know, do that right away, but, you know, it's definitely a potential. But let's not get, you know, too far ahead of ourselves. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing right now. If $34,000 doesn't hold, then this is actually looking a little, it's half and half. It's a little bearish, bullish. Nothing really is happening right now. This is bullish. But yeah, so if Bitcoin doesn't get above 34,000, we should come back down to that $17,000 to $24,000 range, and you know, from there we'll just assess the markets. Hope everybody had a good 2020 once again. Everybody's about to have a better 2021 that's going to be stamped. And yeah, let's get to this money. Follow me on Instagram at Gingerell, at GIN_JERRELL. I'll put the link in the you know, description, all that. All right, y'all. Peace.